Hello, welcome to my vehicle audio walkthrough using Wwise and Unreal Engine. I want to mainly focus on the use of Wwise blend tracks and game engine parameters to keep audio sounding dynamic and interesting. I'll be going through how I implemented audio for the car engine, tyre frictions, wind ambiances, as well as final mix considerations. Firstly, the car engine consists of two groups: exhaust, which contains 10 audio stems from 0 to 100% intensity, and similarly the engine sound, also containing 10 stems from 0 to 100% intensity. In a blend track, we can seamlessly crossfade these loops as if we had one unified sound, layering together the exhaust and engine sounds. Also included is a voice pitch, rising alongside vehicle speed increase. The benefit of having separate exhaust and engine sound groups, as opposed to engine exhaust rendered audio stems, is that this gives us more mix control. Let's say a vehicle game allows us to switch between first and third person. In a first person perspective, the player is in the car, and so we perhaps hear less of the exhaust and more of the engine, while from a third person perspective, the player is behind the vehicle, and you would expect to hear more of the exhaust blasting in your direction. Possibly less of the car engine as the player is further away. So this allows us to play around with these sound assets independently. So let's look at the engine audio implementation in the Unreal blueprints. Inside the vehicle blueprint, I first set the RTPC, linking it to the car acceleration value, named engine rotation speed. This sets the position in the Wwise blend track and the RTPC, according to the car's current engine speed. Now that we have linked the engine rotation speed to the Wwise RTPC, I then trigger the engine sound by posting the associated Wwise event. Next we have the tyre surface sounds. In this game we have two surface materials the vehicle will drive over: asphalt and dirt. Each surface has a blend track focusing on the speed of the vehicle over the surfaces. With the dirt surface, as well as the variety of layers, pitch and volume increase while low pass filters open up, increasing the intensity of the sound. As an addition to surface sound, I have vehicle skidding sounds for both materials: asphalt and dirt. The more intense the skid velocity, the louder the volume, as well as a low pass filter opening up. So in the Unreal vehicle blueprint, first establish where the vehicle is in relation to the ground surface with the line trace by channel node. Then a sequence of Wwise events and switches are posted covering the tyre surface and the skid sound, and the tyre surface switch group, which covers the asphalt and dirt switches. Here it is in action. First asphalt skid. Now dirt skid. We could simply use a single looping field recording of wind to fill the background, but over time the listener may notice repetition. In Wwise there's a simple solution. With 3 combined layers of wind ambiances, I have attached unique modulators for voice volumes, and randomization has also been applied to depth and frequency LFO values. This gives the effect of each layer randomly ebb and flowing between audible and non-audible. Finally, to add even more randomization, I sent the wind blend container to an event and added a seek all event action. Now if we add randomization to the seek percent, every time this event is triggered, the starting position will be random. With all of these layers of randomization, it is incredibly unlikely the listener will notice repetition. When there are many competing sounds in a mix, whether we are talking about linear or interactive sound design or music mix, a great mixing technique to use is sidechain compression. This gives the effect of ducking volume of less priority sounds, unmasking and giving more of the listener's focus to the higher priority sounds. We can safely assume that in a vehicle game like this, the sounds of the car are much more priority than, say, wind ambiances. So check this out. In my environment bus, which is just the sound of wind, I've created an RTPC affecting volume against vehicle speed. In other words, when the vehicle is still, the car audio is minimal, and the wind ambience is audible. As the speed of the vehicle increases, along with its volume, the wind ambience decreases. This ducking effect can be a great way of guiding the player's attention. Here it is in action. Thank you for watching. I hope it helped some of you and gave you some ideas on your projects. Drop me a comment if you have any further questions about any of these implementations. Cheers.